What is up, guys? Drunk Garage here with another video. Today we're going to be working on a 2020 Toyota 4Runner. We're going to be changing the door lock actuator on the passenger side. To get started, you obviously open the door. You're going to remove this trim piece. There's going to be a screw here with a cap. I already removed it. You're going to pop up this little screw right here, a little Phillips down there. This little pops out, and then you have another Phillips right there. And then just as normal, you put your pry tool all around the edge and you start prying out. And then with that, you'll get access to the little floodlight down here, and you can be able to disconnect it as you, and then you move on. Once you have this popped up, there's going to be a switch right here. This controls your door lock, open and close. You're gonna pop that out, put your finger, then you're gonna have a little switch, these little cables, a white one on top and a green one on the bottom. Simply pull out, and they're like little ball joints, so you just bring it towards you and then pull out, same as the bottom green one. And then your door panel should come off, and just lay it on the floor somewhere safe. Then you're gonna want to remove this vapor sleeve. Make sure you put the cables out of them, and then we can move on to the actuator itself. These are going to be T30 screws. Take that out with your impact, and I'll see you in a bit. Once the T-torques are out, your actuator should be able to be fairly smooth. However, there's this little bar that's connected to the door handle, so we're gonna pop that out. And then over here on this side, there's like a little mechanism that's connected to the keyhole, and that's what switches it left to right. And then you're gonna have to pop that out. And then as well as you have to remove this, I believe it's a 10 millimeter, so you can get the window rail out of the way and then shimmy it out. And just like that, you have the old actuator out, and then we can put the new one in. Before that, we had to, unless you bought a actuator with these cables on, you can just put the new one on. But unfortunately, we bought one, it was just the actuator, so we have to swap these cables back, and I'll show you just how to do it. So essentially what you're gonna do is you're gonna get like one of your picks, and then you're gonna put it on this little hole, and then you pop it out. It does take a little bit of finessing to do. It took me about like 3 minutes. I was struggling a bit, but I used this snap-on pick right here. Pretty cool snap-on pick. I was trying to use the Lyle one, but it was too thick, so you need something thin to get it right in here. And then you just pop it up, and then it should pop up, and then you just transfer this one over to the new one. And just like that, everything has been transferred. Now for the tricky part, you would have to put this back, but make sure you slide that little pole in this service hole right here, right there. That's gonna be a little bit tricky. May need somebody else, but we'll see if I can do it by myself, and then go from there, and then show you guys the results. And just like that, it's already in. Made sure the pull this little thing is connected back onto the actuator, and then you simply just align the window guide and put the 10 millimeter back on. These, I believe the torque spec is about 40 foot-pounds, but we all know that we just do the ugga-dugga method, and you're fine. Alright, just like that, the door is finished. The door panel did take a little finessing, put back to align it right here, the weather strip of the door. That's kind of tricky for me, but I mean, you guys are probably more than capable of doing that. But before you close the door and set the customer up, make sure it works, and for us it does work. Go inside the car, Make sure it's nice and closed, and it opens, and then it closes and it doesn't open. Perfect. Just like that. This is Trunk Garage signing out.